We're jumping into our HCIA configuration, and we're going to be doing that on our Huawei NE40. And in this video, we're going to be looking at IPv6 unicast addressing. That means we're going to be looking at link local addresses, global unicast addresses. We're also going to be looking at EUI 64 and also stateless auto configuration, which I'll call SLAC. So let's have a look at our topology. And we have three hosts, host 1, host 2, and host 3, connected to a switch, and our Huawei NE40 is also connected to that same switch.
If you are enjoying the free content, please make sure to like and subscribe. 87% of viewers are not subscribed, and just a single for you, but it makes a huge difference to our channel. Now, back to the video.
So let's jump onto the configuration, and we see that it looks like we've got a brand new configuration. So the first thing that I will do is say system view, get into our configuration, and also I'm going to say display IPv6 interface brief. Yeah, it doesn't look like we've got any IPv6 connections. So the connection that we're looking at is interface Ethernet 1/0/0, and we need to enable the IPv6 process. So I'll say IPv6 enable, and then I'm going to give it an IPv6 address. Now we need to know that it will take the MAC address, if we're using EUI, it will take the MAC address of the port and stick FFFE in the middle for the last 64 bits of the host address. So if I say IPv6 address of 2001 1234567 64, and I say EUI 64. Now this should give us a global unicast address, and it will also give us a link local address. So if I now say display IPv6 interface brief, all right, let me say no shutdown on that port, maybe that's it. Undo shutdown and commit. All right, now let's have a look. Display IPv6 interface brief. Yeah, and it has given us an IP address of 2001 1234567 and then this must have been the MAC address of the port. It's inverted the 7th bit and it's put FFFE in the middle. I don't see the link local address, so let me do a configuration of the link local address as well. And I'm just going to make it FE81. So if I say IPv6 address FE80::1 and say that's a link local address, let's commit that. And now display IPv6 interface brief. Display IPv6. I don't know how to look at the link local address on this. Let's say interface. Okay, so here we see it saying IPv6 is enabled and the link local address is FE80::1, whereas our global unicast address is 2001 2345678, and this is the host portion of the address, which is 0387580 FF::FE60:2C00. And that was determined from our EUI. And the way we could probably check that is if we say display interface Ethernet 1/0/0, and we look at the MAC address of this interface, and this is the hardware address 38758860:2C0. Now if I didn't know that it had done that conversion, this is what I would expect it to look like. So if I open up a notepad, now the first bits are 3 and 8. We need to do the conversion of that. So if I say 8, 4, 2, and 1, and 8, 4, 2, and 1, the numbers that we want are 3 and 8. So to get 3, we say 0 on the 8-bit, 0, and then 1 and 1. And then to get 8, it's just 1 and 000. Now, this is the 7th bit that we need to invert. So we will change that to a 1, which would give us 3 and 9. Yeah? So our address should be 3975 8A FF FE 602C00. If I've done that correct, that should be our address because we're inverting this 7th bit. Now let's see what the address it actually gave us. 3A. Oh, it's not 9. Sorry, because 8 plus 2 is not 9. 8 plus 2 is 10. So that would be 3A. Okay, so I get it. So it should be 3A 75, yep, 8A FF FE 602C00. So that is correct. That is how it's given us the EUI address. And then we've given ourselves a link local address of FE80::1. So far, so good. So that's the link local address. That's also how we've got a global unicast address using the EUI. We can statically configure a global unicast address, but there's no need. What I think I will do the Slack configuration and make sure that these hosts can get an address via stateless auto configuration. So if I go into host A and I say under the configuration, and I might put this configuration in a notepad. So if I say IPv6 unicast routing, I don't want it to auto configure that. If I say for interface G0/0, it's already got its link local address. So all I need to say is, so for interface and IPv6 address, I will say auto config default. And this is how it's going to, and then no shut the interface. Let's copy that. That's the first one for host 1, for host 2, and for host 3. Okay, so they should be able to get their IP addresses through stateless auto configuration. And there's nothing but the link local address under that interface at the moment. So let's go back over to our Huawei box and let's do our stateless auto configuration. So if I were to say IPv6 ND router advertisements for the prefix of 2001:1234:5678:/64 and put these additional parameters at the end. And also I'm going to say for IPv6 our router lifetime is 1800 seconds. Router lifetime 1800. Now this is the most important thing. We have to undo our IPv6 halt, which will be halting sending the router advertisements. Okay, undo shutdown. That should be it. Oh, and we need to commit it. All right, now when we jump back over to our hosts, if I was to say do show IPv6 interface brief, we can see that we've been given a global unicast address using the link local host portion. So we've got 2001:1234:5678::10. I'd expect it to be 20 over here, which it is. And this should be 30. Excellent. Okay, that's it for our Huawei IPv6 unicast addressing video. We've covered global unicast address, link local, EUI 64, and stateless auto configuration. I will see you guys in the next video.
Now, it's question time. 1. What is the purpose of link local addresses in IPv6? A. To identify a device on the local network. B. To enable communication with devices on the internet. C. To provide a unique identifier for a global network. D. To facilitate communication within the same local network. The answer is D. 2. Which IPv6 address range is reserved for link local addresses? A. 2001:32, B. FD00:8, C. FE80:10, D. 2400:12. The answer is C. 3. What is the purpose of an EUI64 address in IPv6? A. To identify the network segment. B. To provide a unique identifier for the network interface. C. To indicate the network type. D. To facilitate communication with the DNS server. The answer is B. 4. What is SLAAC, Stateless Address Auto-Configuration, in IPv6? A. A method for configuring global unicast addresses automatically. B. A protocol used for DNS resolution. C. A method for assigning link local addresses manually. D. A technique for encrypting IPv6 traffic. The answer is A. 5. Which of the following is used for SLAAC to create a unique interface identifier? A. The network administrator's name. B. The device's MAC address. C. The device's serial number. D. The device's model number. The answer is B. 6. What does the term EUI stand for in EUI64? A. Extended Unique Identifier. B. Enhanced Universal Interface. C. Extended Unicast Identifier. D. Efficient User Interface. The answer is A. 7. In an EUI64 address, what part of the MAC address is modified to create the interface identifier? A. The entire MAC address. B. The first 24 bits. C. The last 24 bits. D. The 7th bit. The answer is D. 8. Which of the following is a valid IPv6 address? A. 2001:G48:1. B. 2001:DB8:1. C. 2001.0.0.1. D. 192.168.1.1. The answer is B. 9. What is the purpose of the subnet prefix in a global unicast address? A. To identify the network segment. B. To indicate the address type, unicast, multicast, anycast. C. To ensure security in communication. D. To facilitate communication with DNS servers. The answer is A.